Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Tyler. How you doing today?
Oh, great. Thank you for your
Hey, it's our pleasure. Our guest today is the world-renowned medium, clairvoyant, medical intuitive Tyler Henry. We are excited to have Tyler. However, I want to know, Tyler, why do you brag about your pant size?
You know, I used to be a small, and so with enough growth, one must be proud.
That's true. That's true. I was gonna say I looked at it from the other perspective. I'm like, I wear a 2X. Guessing if I lost enough weight to get down to a medium, I would be pretty dang happy too. So I can relate.
Internationally renowned.
Awesome. That is cool. So we will be discussing your Netflix series, your live from the other side, Tyler Henry, your tour, An Evening of Hope and Healing, and of course your website, the tylerhenrymedium.com. So a lot of great stuff to cover. What is it like doing a live weekly show with Netflix?
Well, the new live weekly show has been completely different from anything else we've done because technology has allowed us to choose live. And with it, we have about 43 to 45 minutes to do a show. And there's really no safety net. There's no editing. What happens. Both me and the host, neither of us are informed as to who the guests are going to be. So what occurs, occurs, and the pressure's on. But I found that there's something to be said about the value of reading, and then there's something to be said about the value of watching the process of how this reading happen in a way that's unfiltered. And so that's what I try to do with the show.
That sounds awesome. That sounds like a really exciting show. I look forward to watching it. How great is it to work with Netflix?
Oh, very so our last show got nominated for an Emmy, which is so surreal. I didn't even expect it to happen. They submitted before me. And then, with this show, now we're 4 episodes in. We have a total of 8. And it's just been a beautiful continuation of what I think I've had a little practice of in doing my tour across the country. So I travel, I do live shows in front of 2,000, 5,000 people. And I basically do readings on the spot. So I have to kind of navigate the audience, the front row, the back row, and just kind of see where I'm going. So I think that kind of prepped me for high pressure, which I'm now very acquainted with at 8 years old.
Sounds awesome. So, how do you give those people hope and healing?
Well, everybody needs different things, maybe on a personal level, but generally, I think most people are looking for clarification and validation. And when they get that, I think that does allow for people to heal in a different way. And so my goal in doing readings is to provide an awareness of the importance of really saying it while we have the chance. We are all going to grieve. That's a universal experience. We're all going to lose loved ones, but we can kind of prevent future regret by saying it now while we have the chance and making sure that we're minimizing the likelihood of wishing we'd done things different.
My wife's a big fan. She's disappointed, though, that you're not currently scheduled for Ohio, Kentucky, or Indiana as part of that tour. When will we be getting stops in Ohio, Kentucky, or Indiana?
Did all three now. I have to keep her in mind. 2025 is going to be a big year. So with scheduling, I literally have a meeting. Oh, cool. I would
Awesome.
love to. I'll hook you all up with tickets.
That'd be so cool. That would mean the world to
Well,
her. Is there any way, let's see. Yeah, is there any way that she or other fans could actually interact with you?
yeah. So, the live shows are great since everybody kind of comes together and start off as strangers very often. Realizing it's really uncanny coincidence things that people have in common either in their life or in their grief journey. And that can be really, but as far as more direct access, I have a membership site where I meet with people virtually all across the country and the world every week. And I do virtual group readings, private reading giveaways, and that's really the best way for a connection. So that's the Tyler Henry membership site. And people subscribe, so they can cancel at any time. And it's just a really good opportunity to watch the process in a very intimate setting. I do it from my house. And people that zoom in, that sometimes they're wearing pajamas, their hair is
That's awesome. So is that at the TylerHenryMedium.com?
That's right. Yes, all tour dates, membership site, all of that. Go to that.
I understand if you can't tell us because of client confidentiality, but who are some of the celebrities that you have read for?
Well, with the show Hollywood Medium, I read over 200. Oh my goodness, everyone from the relatives of presidents to Jennifer Aniston to my goodness, RuPaul, country stars, everybody. I found that ranging from athletes to comedians to actors, everyone kind of had a different vibe. And you'd be surprised how much, and I'm sure you get this in interviews, how much people's careers sometimes impact their approach to communication. And so I found that actors were more challenging and athletes were a lot more tactile and very, very intriguing.
Exactly. I know what you mean. I was going to say you don't want to pigeonhole, but yet, yeah, certain professions, like saying when we have musicians, certain, yeah, like the singers are usually more vocal, they're usually more outgoing, where the bassists or whatnot are more reserved, or say the drummer, same that kind of thing. They're more on the quiet
That,
side typically. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
yeah, I think
That is awesome. And then, of course, I mean, gosh, I know you probably don't know the number off the top of your head, but could you imagine? It's hard to imagine how many people that you have probably helped and impacted over the years, probably thousands, hundreds of thousands.
it's hard to say. I feel like in life, we can honestly just leave a couple people like significantly better than we found them, then we're doing more than a lot ever get the chance to do. So, and I feel really thankful. I hope it stimulates conversations in people's own lives about meaning and how to get more purpose out of our lives, how to live more purpose. Really seize the moment. We got to seize the moment.
Nice. What is the biggest difference between your first book, uh, Between Two Worlds, and your new book, Here and Hereafter?
Yeah, the world was a memoir at 19, so it should have been like a pamphlet. Considering my life was not very long enough. But then, at 28, the past few years publishing Here and Hereafter, it was kind of more of a look back past decade and some of what I've gleaned and learned, which might sound a little boring, but more than that, I think it's kind of demonstrating the really bizarre, surreal experience I've had and what that means for the reader and how we kind of recognize moments of uncanny, meaningful significance, meaningful coincidence rather, in their own lives. So the second book is really very much focused on.
So, like the first book would be more about your story, about your experiences, how you overcame certain challenges when you were younger, it sounds like.
Yeah, the second one's kind of more about and how I've navigated kind of the language of the other side, how other has happened. Well,
So, have you ever had, do you ever talk directly to the spirit, or how does that work?
so for everybody, myself included, it's a non-tangible thing, but I believe that all of the impressions I get go through a mediator on the other side. That mediator is kind of like a medium, kind of like what I'm doing on this end, but for over there. And me and
Oh,
this mediator kind of work together. And that's the individual that has followed me throughout my life that basically, I believe, takes those messages and relays them to me in a way that I will understand because that individual has followed me throughout my life. Very often I'll do a reading and I'll never even know what a person looks like. I don't see departed people walking around like the Sixth Sense. It's really not that way. It's kind of being able to tap into this subtle way of thinking. It's about having a relationship with this higher power and then just kind of cultivating and letting it happen.
okay. So you and the person on the other side that kind of is also a medium connect, and then you translate for your clients. Oh, that is cool. That is really neat. Yeah.
And it's a hard well, because a lot of people want to just think of it as a gift versus a byproduct relationship. I think it may be both.
I was going to say, and this is a very personal question, but have they ever told you their name?
Well, funny enough.
Well, Tyler, it has been a pleasure having you on. Shoot, there's so much stuff we would love to ask you about, but I was going to say I'm just going to go to or recommend our listeners go to the tylerhenrymedium.com. And of course, most people have Netflix, but if you don't, get Netflix so that way they can watch your show live on Tuesdays. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate your time today. But my love to everyone. Thank you.
That was pretty cool. Tyler seems like a nice guy. Uh, he offered us free tickets. So we know if he comes to Kentucky, we are going to take him up on that offer. So we are excited about his shows on Tuesdays, his live tour. And of course, we're excited about what's the other thing? Where the on the website. So yeah, shoot, definitely check him out. And we appreciate you joining us today.